It is not fun to watch this show anymore. It used to be, even when it was bad, there was still a newness. You still would see people pop up like, who the is this guy? There was still such really bad stuff that at least I knew we'd have some fun stuff to talk about. It seems like there's less of anything that matters on this show.
They are down to the kids they've got. The style has won out for the most part. There are some exceptions. The Hurt Syndicate. I can't think of any others. Where it's the kids that want to perform. They're the actors, they're the auteurs, they're the performers, they're the multi-talented individuals that want to come out and emote. Emote is a good word for what a lot of what they're doing here. And it's just it's not even as appealing as it was to that segment of the audience at the start of this thing, to this project, of which it was appealing, because the talent, such as it is stale. There are no more game changers. They've buried all of those. The millions of dollars he spent in the last 12 months is already kind of, and they're working on just making Ospreay completely uninteresting.
Well, I'll wait till we get to Ospreay to talk about that. But
yeah, we'll get there, because they're putting more apparently emphasis on Adam Page, or as the guy called him on Twitter, Magnum LGBTA. He comes out there. And again, this is another one of those things that in these kids' mind, this sounds good. He's concocted this story and he has this material that he's prepared and he's going to deliver. This is his chance to have the stage all to himself so he can emote about whether we're supposed to cheer for him or not, or what we're supposed to think about him, or what the fuck he's doing, right? Because it's so confusing. And he comes out there, and it's almost like the South Park episode, and he's got the spotlight on him. After what happened to me and my family, I wanted revenge and justice, and I found it. But I took it from another man. I took his only hopes and dreams, and I nearly killed him. And after our cage match, I thought I'd feel joy and closure, but I felt nothing. Because I thought maybe if I went back and finished the job, AE killed him, right? I could go back and finish the job and I could find that joy and closure, but I couldn't go and finish it, and I don't know why. So then I unleashed that anger on anyone who got in my way, because I thought that would give me some catharsis. Who the fuck talks like this? It's fake bullshit. It's bad attempts at script writing from some wannabe fantasy Hollywood script writer. And nobody that was actually dangerous as a physical human being in real life would talk like this or have any of these emotions. And when he goes through this goddamn thing, as soon as he mentions Swerve, they chant Swerve's house, not because Swerve's necessarily any more stunningly over, but because that's where they get to chant. And Page says that he'll never forgive or forget what Swerve did, but he put it behind him and made the decision to enter the Owen Cup, and he beat Alexander and he beat Felcher. And now he's going to face Ospreay in the finals at Double or Nothing. And as soon as he mentions Will Ospreay's name, guess whose music plays, Brian? The pony known as Will Ospreay. They have been watching the WWE so long, but they're at the same time have been alive such a short period of time that they think this is the way that it's always been and supposed to be. And they're not way past sick and fucking fed up with it yet. And now Ospreay comes out so they can do a duet. And they can double demote for the fucking fans in the audience. And they stare at each other with their mean faces, Brian, while the fans start chanting, "Happy birthday." Because, of course, they know it's Will Ospreay's birthday. Why wouldn't they? And Ospreay actually apologizes for interrupting. He calls Page's interview his therapy session. And my God, this continued to go on. Ospreay, although after hearing Page, he sounded like Heyman a little bit. But he said he liked how Page showed leadership to the Dork Order. Jesus Christ. He actually reminded people of that goddamn thing that was probably the first thing that started leading to Page's downward spiral years ago. In booking, not talking about in the story. In the actual booking, his booking's been shit since he had to converse with job guys. And then Ospreay said, but last week we saw you smile. And we all want you to beat your demons, bruv, and reclaim your spot. But at Double or Nothing, I'm not losing. Tony has booked his only two baby faces that anybody gives two shits and a tickle about to fight each other. Instead of being able to, as we talked about last week, have Felcher in the finals put Ospreay over so he can go to the stadium and put an end to this goddamn Moxley nightmare. Like any goddamn rational human being would do. And now Ospreay started screaming. I've been doing the media, the meet and greets. I'm taking pictures with kids, bruv. It's not about your redemption. It's about my ascension. Explain to me, Brian, who talks like this in real life and who gives a shit to watch people do it. They're soft pussies whining about their spot. There's no real personal issues. No, you broke my leg or you stole my belt or you fucked my woman. It's either pussy shit that nobody cares about or you burned my house down that nobody believes. Am I exaggerating?
With these specific people, no, you're not exaggerating. And I think that's part of the problem. Tony can't book it. And these guys on their own can't come up with things that make sense, things that are good, things that sound real. Adam Page has been like a depressed actor for almost 6 years now. Like, he's no longer the young guy in the company. He's no longer, this guy's going to have a great future. We may have already seen as good as it's going to get from Adam Page.
We have seen your future.
And then Ospreay, I mean, even Dave, I don't know if you saw the quote because a few people sent it over to me. Dave called that Ospreay because he goes out there and he doesn't dress like a star. Did you see that?
No, I mean, I agree with it. And that's, shocking that Dave and I would see eye to eye or that he would publicly express that opinion. But no, he dresses like some fucking schlub like the rest of these guys because they think they're too cool to dress like professionals or stars. But the money's the same. So, why not?
Why book this match?
Well, anyway, so as they went face to face again, that's Ospreay and Hangnail. Here comes Don with the whole family. I think Trent, Archer, Alexander, Take a Shit was out there.
It looks like a size chart. Rocky Romero was out there. Trent was out there. It was ridiculous.
But they didn't line them. It was uneven. They didn't line them up in the row. They should have. And the fans are booing Don. That's the thing. Like Dominic will boo over him. Don actually said that Ospreay, the stupidest day that you ever lived was leaving the Don Phallus family. And remember, Ospreay asked respectively if he could, and Don agreed. Remember, we said that was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen. I've never seen a guy, a heel just, can I leave? Oh, okay. And then he tried to cut the promo where Ospreay wouldn't trust Page. But then Ospreay took the microphone and his moment was he was going to challenge for a big tag team match, but the fans independently decided to start chanting, "Fuck Don Callis." So Ospreay had to stop and just stand there for like 10 seconds while they got it out of their system. And then he started it again, with the exact same verbiage to challenge for a tag match. But that's when Paige grabbed his wrist and gave him a mean look. And they just stared at each other the whole time that Don was accepting a tag match next week. And the fans were chanting, "Shut the fuck up" at Don. They were just standing. Ospreay at one point was snarling at Paige as they were looking in each other's eyes. Dramatic storytelling. I'm not saying that if any of this material was any good and that any of the talent could act, that they couldn't pull it off, but this ain't it, dog. What are your thoughts on whether this is it or not?
I don't think it's it. I think I've shared most of my thoughts. I think Ospreay is a really talented guy, but he seems to just want to be one of the guys. That's why he dresses like a schlub. And Adam Page, I'm just sick of Adam Page. Again, like I said, it's almost 6 years now. And I don't want to see this character evolve anymore. I want to see this character I'm sick of him. But we'll see what happens. I'm not really looking forward to the match as of this second.